Okay, hello everyone. I'm gonna be recording the following video just to show teams how to use GitHub. So there are gonna be two parts of this video. The first one is that people who doesn't know how to use GitHub at all, I'm gonna be making a video showing how to use GitHub in full detail, like full tiny teeny details on how to use GitHub. Then I'll be making another one, which is this one right now. This one is just showing the basics of how to use GitHub. If someone already knows how to use GitHub, this video is just going to be showing how to use GitHub for the LMForge, right? Like how we handle the LMForge project using GitHub. So if you don't know how to use GitHub, please you can like check on the link below, and I will be making another YouTube video how to fully in detail how to use GitHub. So the first thing we want to do, we want to jump into the LMForge branch. Which is again, if people don't know where to find the link for the LMForge branch, it's on Discord, which I have it in here. So you can just click on this link, which is gonna take you to the LMForge. Uh, if you don't have access to the GitHub yet, as well, you should go to the shared Google folder. Let me just switch my account, and then go to the GitHub list, and then add your name to this list so you can be added to the GitHub project. And if someone is not added yet, but his name is on the list, just send me a message so you can be added to it. Okay, so how are we gonna be actually doing this? Now, we have something called the main branch, which is like the main one that all of the codes goes into. Now, the main branch is a protected one, so we're not gonna be able to actually make any changes to it until the end of the semester. So no one is going to be doing anything to the main branch for now. So what are the teams going to be doing then? I made another branch. I call it the Fall 25 MIS DEV branch. So the DEV branch is what the team are going to be pushing their codes into and doing the pull merge request into as well. So what are the teams gonna like? What are the teams are going to be doing? Like how the teams are going to be using this GitHub then? So you click on branches, right? You click on making a new branch, and then when you make a new branch, keep the naming always consistent because remember, this is not only for this course. Like other people would be joining on this project later, so at least we want to know what this like feature, like what this code came from. So try to always try to always keeping the name consistent and easy for like the future people to know where this came from. So for now, let's just call it Fall 25. And I kind of would love all of the teams to call it the same. And then MIS 4000, 5000. And then you can do the either like the team name or what the future that the team is trying to do. So let's just call it adding log files. Then create this branch. So this branch is going to be added in here. So let me just go into that branch. So now you can do almost anything you want to this one. Again, this is a team branch, so the teams can update the code as much as they want in this branch. So let me just go to the LMForge file, for example, and then let me just add a log file on this. Actually, just do it in the main one. So it's kind of clear for everyone. So I'm gonna do like create a new file, and then I'll call it. Uh, this is only a log file, right? Then what I'm gonna call it logs.md. MD is like the readme file, kind of. So then I'll commit these changes. Now, when you make any changes, please always try to kind of like just write down what are these changes is for the people to know what things you have added and what things you have changed. And for now, let's just say adding a log file. And then you can like always change it as well, like the commit name, but I'll just keep it as the create log.md. Then committee changes, and now it should be changed for everyone who is using GitHub right now. So for like everyone who is using this branch right now. So go into the code. Let me show what I mean by that. So now if I go to the div branch, I don't see that log file in here, right? But going back to the adding log files, because again, this one has the log.md file. So I want to move my changes. For example, if one of the teams did a lot of changes to the code and they want to move it to the div branch, so the way it's kind of done, you have to make a pull request for that, and then click on a new pull request, and then from which branch you want to push it into. Remember, there's like this small arrow. You should always keep like attention to that. So I wanna add this like the changes in this branch, and then I wanna add it to this branch, which is the DEV branch, and it's gonna show you what things that have been like added, which is only adding a single file for now, and then you have to create this pull request. Now, when making a pull request, I'm not sure if we're actually gonna be making a markdown for this one, but as for now, I need you to write as much details as possible on what are the changes. Also, what are the files that got changed as well? Like, what are the changes you have done to certain files? Again, for now, because I'm just gonna keeping it simple for this YouTube video, so I'll say, uh, just creating a log file. Okay, and then I will create this pull request. Now, not everyone will have the ability to actually confirm the pull request. Only like certain people would have this the authority to actually confirm it. But just again, for the sake of making a YouTube video, I'm gonna confirm it right now, and then I'll do confirm merge. Okay, so now all of the things we have done to this file should be on the develop branch. So now if I go to the dev branch, I can see the new logs.md file that it just got added into it. So this is how we can do things from the browser GitHub. But again, at the same time, I'm gonna show how to do these changes using the GitHub uh, desktop app. So going into branches, so these are old one. Let me look for the one that I just did, which is I believe we called it full 25. Oops, sorry, full 25. Oh, so again, sometimes if it doesn't show up because it didn't fetch origin, so you always need to fetch, and then I believe it should, yeah. So adding log files. So this is the branch that we just made. Okay, let's say that I want to make a new branch then, right? You click on a new branch, and then okay, for the GitHub desktop, it's only going to be showing main and the branch that you are in right now. But we don't want to make a branch from this one. We want to make it from the development one. So you go to the dev branch. You always fetch it. Remember that. You want to make sure that you are you have the latest version, and then you click on a new branch. Okay, so it's gonna be a branch from this branch. I'm gonna call it again fall 25. Please always keep the name consistent. MIS 4000 5000. Then I'll call it deleting file because we're gonna be deleting that log file. I'm not sure that name already exists. Oh, okay. Because I kind of already have that. I'm just testing with some YouTube video recording. Okay, 25 MIS 4000 5000. Then I'll just call it again deleting log files. That one should be good, right? Good, right? Okay, so that one is got accepted. Deleting log files. So let me just switch to that branch. Now this branch is not created yet. You can see I can already have 11, but it's not one of them yet. So let me just go back just to show you this 11 number. So now let me publish. Like you have to click on publish to actually push it into the GitHub web page. Now it should be actually added in here. So if I hit push, it's gonna show up as 12. And if I go to branches, I should see this one, the deleting log files. Okay. Oops, I didn't mean to click on that. Click on this. So let me just show it in the file. So these are the project files right now. Since we are using GitHub Desktop, I might also show something else. But if I delete this one, it's actually going to be shown on the side that, hey, this file got removed. If you think you made a mistake, you can always go back. If you right click on it, you can discard changes. You can add it to ignore files. So what .get ignore means, let's say for example we have the .env file, right? We have the file that we don't want it to be pushed, which is this one. So the way that I can do it is that I can add this one to the .ignore, and by adding to it, like by adding the .env to the .ignore, it's not going to be pushed. Like, you get to keep it on your local system, but it's not going to be pushed into the GitHub browser, so no one would have access to, for example, API keys. But again, for now, let's say, oh, I made a mistake, so I want to discard my changes, which is something, again, it's like really good that you have to pay attention to. Now, I don't have the log file in here anymore, but hey, if I want to discard my changes, then I click back on it, I can see that the log file actually got back in this folder. But let me fully delete it, and now it's gonna show up in here. It's the same as what the browser is. You have to kind of write down here what are the changes that got done, which I'm just gonna say deleting the log file, and then you have to do commit. But even when doing commit, it's not gonna be published into the GitHub browser. Like, nothing will be changed in here. Again, let me just switch to the deleting log files. Like, I would still see the log file in here. So nothing is going to be done until you click on push. So pushing it means pushing it to the browser. So now I already pushed it. I made my changes. Now the changes are done in here. Now, for the for the making a pull request, someone correct me if I'm mistaken, but I don't think you can make a pull request using the GitHub desktop, because even if I click on that, like, there are two ways you can actually do it. So you can click on create pull request, or if you go up here, you go to repository branches. There should be one. Yeah, so you can just make a pull request from here. A third way, actually, if you click on here and you click on pull request, there is an option that you can make a pull request. So there are multiple ways you can do a pull request. Okay, let's just click on this one. So every time you click on it, it's actually going to take you to the same page that we just have been talking about. And again, you have to mention everything you have done before doing this pull request so we can see it, and then we know, like, hey, if this is something accepted or not. Let me just call it again, deleting the log file. I'm making this pull request. So it's coming from this branch and it's going into the development branch. Again, remember to this like small arrow, so what updates going from what branch into what branch. And then, hey, I want to create this pull request. And then again, not everyone would have the ability to confirm the merge. Certain people would have, but again, for the sake of making this video, I'll just do it right now and then confirm the merge. And that should be everything. Honestly, you need to know how to deal with. So now everything is done. We have committed it. Everything is accepted. So now going to the development branch, I should not see that file anymore. So this is how you do it. I can just jump into the developer branch as well and then show in the file explorer. So I don't see it in here anymore. So this was everything, kind of the basics of how to, not the basics, just to show people who already know how to use GitHub, just how to use it with the LMForge application and what are the procedure that we have to follow in order to make sure everything is consistent between teams. Now, I'm gonna be making the second video right now with a lot of details, with everything, with like very tiny steps how to use GitHub. So, thank you guys, and please follow these guidelines.